Okay, end of Tomb King's turn 4. Yeah, and that's pretty much the game. Let's think what happens. The Sphinx turned around and just to face this way. The Tomb God moved up. The Chariots turned charged into the Loathing Sea God. Then in the shooting phase, the magic phase, obviously with my Hierophant being dead, only managed to get off the casket, but it did actually manage to kill 5 Swordmasters, which was pretty nice. Then in the shooting phase, the catapult misfired again. So I think that's all he's done all game. The Sphinx let off a breath weapon and killed absolute ton of Swordmasters.
Yeah, you got. I think you got 8 with them.
Yeah, killed 8 Swordmasters. The archers also shot at them. I don't know if they killed 1 or 2.
Oh yeah, sorry. I think he killed 1 Swordmaster with the archers and 7 with the breath weapon.
Oh right, yeah. So whittled them down to just crazy amounts. Then the Chariots absolutely destroyed the Loathing Sea Guard, and the unit broke. He unfortunately fluffed his attacks, didn't actually do any wounds to me. So his major run, his BSB actually ran off the board. Those guys are still actually there, those 3. But they passed their panic test.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so Si's thrown it in, which is fair enough. We talked it through about what could happen, and it didn't look very hopeful for them.
Well, that's nearly nearly half the basically nearly half the army gone there.
Yeah.
The BSB, the mage, and the was probably about a third of the army. And then these guys are just quick and easy to kill as well, so that's like another 230 points.
Yeah, because I could obviously move the archers out and shoot them, couldn't I?
Yeah, and then once you got around there, it's just a matter of finishing off the Swordmasters, which would be relatively easy to do.
Yeah, if I took out the Swordmasters, there's just no way you could come back anyway.
575 points.
If I took out that, or those, or the mage, there's just no way for him to come back, so... yeah. So it was a good game. I think I had quite a lot of luck on my side, but I think Si's bad luck with morale tests this game. Just almost every morale test he had to make, he failed it by loads.
Yeah,
like the casket, like multiple times. The break tests.
Yeah, the casket was losing the Dragon Princes on turn 1. That was hard.
It's bad for morale more than anything.
It's not so much. The trouble is that by doing that, I had then no right flank, which allowed you to get in.
The Chariots pretty much moved around unaccosted, as well as the Tomb Guard and the Sphinx. I just let him have my war machines in the end because I thought I don't really need them now because all that stuff's in close combat.
Yeah.
So. My initial plan was to just flank everything into the Swordmasters, but of course they destroyed the archers and overran, so I couldn't get into them. But then of course the breath weapon from this bad boy just sorted them out.
Breath weapon is a really good upgrade for one of them.
Yes,
really,
that's what makes them so good, I think. And obviously it's really going to get tiled. So yeah, bit of a brutal game really. Although those Swordmasters, I was worried that I was bricking it for quite a while. Because as soon as they went into those archers and destroyed them, and then ran all this way, I was really worried about how I was going to deal with them. But then, of course, I remembered the breath weapon on that. So, but yeah, it just shows you that those Swordmasters, you can count a lot on those because they're especially buffed by the Life Wizard as well. When they're toughness 7, I just don't want to mess with them.
Toughness 7, and if I'd had the Life Wizard in there as well, I could give them a 4-up regen save as well. But
risky, though, isn't it?
It's risky putting a Life Wizard.
I suppose the best way to play him is as a horde, and then you put Life Wizard right at the end, so he's got less chance of getting in close combat.
Yeah.
So particularly with 35 as well, because you might as well.
With a slight tweak,
it's less of a target to the catapults as well.
With a slight tweak to this list, I can actually get it up to 40.
Oh yeah.
But
the thing is, you don't necessarily need 40 because you take the casualties, but you've got regrowth to get them back. So
the trouble is,
if you're using another law, then I'd have 40, but get away with 30.
That's the trouble is that regrowth. I had it and I tried to cast it, and each time.
Well, you tried to cast it every phase, didn't you? Really?
Yeah.
But there's no way I was letting that through. But
yeah, exactly. I mean, so it's all well and good me buffing my guys, but it's the regrowth.
Well, I think it's a case of either getting Flesh to Stone or Regrowth, but as long as you've got 2 spells to cast on them, it's happy days either way.
Yeah.
Because I'm only going to get 1. But yeah, the Tomb Guard didn't really do anything. I think out of everything that's happened, I think, well, the Chariots did really well, but I think they just did well because they've never really done anything before. So it's just nice to see them work.
No, you had the perfect target for them as well.
Yeah, I think the man of the match for me though is absolutely the Casket.
Yeah.
Just because he killed 5 Sword Masters, he killed 5 Dragon Princes, killed I think it was 10 Loathen Sea Guard in total. Just disgusting. So yeah, Doom and Volante is alive and well and in Warhammer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there's somewhere there's another Doom Volante mechanic as well written by Prudence.
Oh yeah, isn't there the Terrorgeist has a Doom Volante type mechanic?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, that's Kelly though. That's not Prudence. Kelly obviously liked the idea.
Typical.
Yeah, he's not stupid. He likes to pick the odd powerful thing.
Yeah. We'll just wait for Matt Ward to get behind it and put it on a roll of 5d6.
That'll be a basic attack for your core troops. So really good game. I really enjoyed it. I think so as well.
It was good. I really like the big unit of Swordmasters.
Yeah.
I fancy my chances a lot more against the Tomb Guard. I think rocking a nice big unit.
Well, I fancy your chances against the Tomb Guard with just that many.
Well, it's like the Tomb Guard do die very hard.
Yeah,
I think
they're not very good against tiles.
I mean, if I was, but the trouble is with that unit is that I have to get more out of it than like killing one unit. So if I can kill you,
these guys have to kill like at least half my army, which is it's not unreasonable to expect from them because they can do it. Even that many guys, I'd still think twice about charging the Tomb Guard into them. I charge him in happily, but yeah, these guys scare me, especially with the Life Wizard backup. But yeah, so the man of the match is that because it's just awesome. Sphinx really helped, and this guy, he's going to find himself in a block of Marauders soon. So what size man of the match is? Let's ask him.
Well, I think definitely for me, unit of the match is certainly the Swordmasters because they managed to do more than anything else pretty much. I mean, I was really gutted. The Dragon Princes were there. Basically, I wanted a mobile right flank, so that I could try and get in and around. Because if I got into the chariots with them and got the charge off, I would really have mauled the chariots up. I think I would have. It probably would have taken me a couple of rounds to kill them, but I reckon I would have had a fair chance of getting through them. And then once I'd got that, then I was kind of laughing because then I'm sort of in and around a flank and I'm getting them ready to help kill these guys because certainly a dual charge with Sword Masters and Dragon Princes would have put
either one of those.
But it's like I said before, is I then need to get the most out of the unit, so I need them not to die as hard as they do. So I need to kind of wipe out nearly all of them before you get to actually do something. Because then if I do that, then I can at least then go on and start working my way through the rest of the force. And it's dealing with that bad boy. But yeah, like I said, I had the plan, but it just didn't come off. But it's still better than the old school ways of doing my plans with Skaven, which was just randomly deploy until something happened. But yeah, thankfully we're getting beyond that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a pretty tough match. I think shooting, while it didn't really have too much to do. I mean, the High Elves on paper are very good at shooting, but I think I pay a lot of points for really what Ollie gets.
The one
bread and butter.
Sea Guard is the same price as 2 archers.
Yeah. And yeah, basically I'm hitting on a 5+ most of the time anyway. which is what his guys are doing like all day long. So it's very rare that I'm going to get 3s to hit.
That's my artillery. Well, that wasn't a lot used in this game. My artillery, I have artillery, and you don't.
I mean, I'm kind of glad I took the bolt thrower out, because the bolt thrower
it's no good against this, and well, it's reasonable, but it's all you've been using it for is shooting these guys, and you could just take 100 points worth for more archers. And get exactly the same result.
Because I'm thinking archers are probably, like bare bones archers might be the way to go in some part of the core choice. Because certainly having...
They got longer range, haven't they?
Yeah. Was it like 30-inch range or something like that? Yeah. So a nice unit of archers, then I can sit on my deployment zone, so I don't have to move, and then I'm only hitting on 4s, which is, well, admittedly fairly dangerous for me, but you know, it's a better bloody chance than 5s. So yeah, I mean, it's worth considering. I've got me some archers in a box somewhere, so I mean, a nice big unit of Loathen Sea Guard, I like the idea of maybe 30 Sea Guard and 20 archers or something like that would be cool, because then the Sea Guard are a nice bunker for the mage. The archers can actually shoot pretty well, and we'll see how that tries. But yeah, we've got some interesting ideas. I'm tempted also to try another lore next time. I like Law of Life, but I think I might go with something else, perhaps Law of Fire or something else, something to cook his bloody dudes with. A nice fat fireball to wipe out half a unit to make me feel better. So yeah, well, we'll have to see how that goes next week, and yeah, onwards for another game.